this video, I'm going to talk about the Velero, one of the backup and restore tools which we are using in Kubernetes. So we know whenever you work in any environments, we always talk about the backup, right? We always take to whether we have taken the backup of our data or not. So whenever you go to the productions, we always take the backup of your data or the cluster. So here in this Kubernetes, backup are also important. Okay, so it's very important to take the backup before going to the productions or any other environments. Data is very important. So it's no matter how highly available or resilient your Kubernetes cluster is, it is important to have a solid backup and restore plan and disaster recovery plan. Okay, so that's why I going to talk about here one of the tool. Okay, that's called the Heptio Velero for backup and restore for our applications. Okay, so before going to the tool, let's talk about what about the tool is doing. Okay, so Velero has become one of the backup tools for Kubernetes cluster nowadays, because this is one of the CNCF project, and it takes the snapshot of your clusters, persistent volume, using one of your cloud providers block storage snapshot features, and later you can restore your cluster objects and persistent volumes to a previous state basically. So you can use Velero to perform full backups, or you can backups of some of the namespaces or resource types, or can be scheduled backup to execute them periodically. So it depends how means what kind of backup you want to take, whether the namespace or you want to periodically take. So it's all depends up to you. Okay, but why we want to take the backup the clusters? Okay, so backup, you know, right? So where why you need a backup and recovery mechanism cluster. Let's suppose something goes wrong. So to recover from the disaster, someone accidentally, let's suppose, deleted the namespace, or your Kubernetes API upgrade failed, and you have to revert back. Your network went down. Now your cluster is not reachable, or any natural disasters happen, right? So that's why to recover from the that states, the backup is important. Okay, also when you replicate the environments from development to staging, or whenever you're doing the major upgrade from dev to acceptance or productions, you take the backup position, or when you are doing the migration of Kubernetes clusters from one environment to another environments. Okay, so what are the things you take the backup here? Okay, so when you talk about the backup, basically let's go to here. So when you talk about the backup, two things you need to backup. Kubernetes stores in a state in etcd. So basically it stores the master, etcd, and relevant certificate which should be backed up. Okay, and then the application data. Okay, it's also it's also take the backup of your application data, like persistent volume, because suppose you will be having the any application running your clusters, and if your cluster goes down or it's not reachable, it's very important to have the backup of your applications, right? So yeah, so what is the prerequisites to have the backup? Your cluster should be up and running. Okay, and you have to install the Velero in your environment. So you can go to the Velero site here. Okay, velero.io, and you can see the use cases here: disaster recovery, cluster migrations, backup reference. So these are the use cases. This have also explained about how you can do the installations, how you can do the backup. Everything has been explained here in this page. So you can go and read about this documents, this web page. Let's go to the demo, how we can take the backup, how you restores. We will also see one scenario where I will delete some namespace or cluster, and how I will recover that. So let's start. Yeah, so I'm going to start the lab here. So first what I will do, I will pull down the Velero GitHub repo, okay, to start. So I have also prepared the document here, how to take backup, migrate our Kubernetes clusters. I have prepared here, okay. So I will basically follow the steps. I have written down all the commands here. I have also written here. So let's first clone the Heptio Velero. Okay. So what we'll do, it will pull down the Velero GitHub repo. Okay. Here. Once it is done, what you have to do, you have to download and install the Velero client here. Okay. So you can download and install the Velero client from here. Okay. So once it's done, we will check the version of our Velero which installed in this cluster. Okay. So let's first download it. Once it is downloaded, then we will extract this tar file here. Meanwhile, I will go and copy this command. Yeah, it will take some time because it's a very big file. Okay. You can go and refer. This is the Velero GitHub project. Okay, so you saw, right? I downloaded or pulled this GitHub project, github.com Heptio Velero from here. So this is the project which I downloaded in my local in my cluster basically. Okay. So it is downloaded. Okay, so now you extract it. Okay, so once it is done, I will add Velero directory to the path. Okay, so let's wait for some time, and let's go back and copy this. Yeah, so it is done, extracted. Okay, so you can see we are getting some error here. Okay, because why I'm getting this error, because this Velero is not started yet. Okay, so we will start that. We will create the Velero specific credential file here first. Okay, so let's do it here. It's done. Then we will start the server here. We will get all the steps on the Velero web page. Okay, and let's see. Again, I'm getting the error. Let's see how can I solve this one. Okay, something I have missed. Okay, so I have not installed the Velero yet, so Let's install it now, because I have just installed the client. Now I am installing the server. So once it is done, you can see this deployment Velero created, Velero is installed. So when you now run the Velero version, it should now give the details about your version. So currently we are getting version 110. So now you will not get any error because your Velero is installed. You can see here it's showing this Velero is installed. Okay, so what next, what I'm going to do once this Velero is installed, say our main purpose, okay, again I'm getting some error. Why? Waiting for server status request to process. Let's wait. Sometimes it takes time. Yeah, so I think it should work. Time wait. Okay, so what I will do, I will again install this. Sometimes we face issue. So let's see. Yes, so you see now I got the client and server detail. So don't worry, when you get this type of error, again you install the Velero. Okay, so we'll because I faced this issue before, so I know how to solve this. So you can do the similar things here. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to deploy here one Nginx application in my cluster. Yeah, so if you go and see kubectl git deployments, you see there is no resource. So what I'm going to do, I am going to deploy one application, Nginx applications. Why it's not okay? So deployments, why it's not showing? kubectl git deployments, where is it installed? In space. Okay, so basically it's deployed in Nginx hyphen example namespace. So what I will do, I will go to Nginx, it's Nginx hyphen. Okay, so you see there is one application named Nginx hyphen deployment is deployed here. You can also see what are the namespace is available here. So kubectl git ns. So this is the one which Nginx application is deployed in this namespace, and this is the Velero namespace, so where your Velero is installed. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, we already checked that your Velero and Nginx is deployed. Okay, you can also check using this command here. So you see Velero is deployed also. Okay, what I'm going to next, we also checked our Nginx is deployed. Here we already checked this. Now we will take the backup. Okay, so once Velero and Nginx deployment is successfully created, what I'm going to back up our resources. Okay, so to take the backup of our resources, this is a command Velero backup create Nginx hyphen backup. So let's go. Okay, so what you see here, it's saying that Velero request Nginx backup submitted successfully, and you can describe this command to see more about what is backed up here. Okay, so you can see yeah, with this command you can verify if the backup has been completed or not. So you can see it's showing that it's completed, so your backup is completed. It will show you the date and time, or what time it will started, what is the expiry date. So all these things you can see here. Okay, so what I will do now, we have taken the backup, everything. Now we will delete the namespace. Okay, so that's our purpose, right? We want to check whether we are able to recover our like cluster or not, right? So what in this example, I'm going to do some disasters, like I'm going to delete one namespace. So you know, right, we have namespace called nginx hyphen example, where our nginx application is deployed, right? So what I'm going to do, so we will going to delete this. So the command is kubectl delete command here. You can also type if you are so fast, kubectl delete namespace and then your namespace name. So what's our namespace name? Namespace name is nginx hyphen example. Let's do copy and paste here. Okay, so it will get deleted in some time. Okay, so once it is deleted, we will check that nginx service and deployment are gone, right? So okay, so how will you check that? So it's very simple. Kubectl get deployment and this namespace, right? So let's verify that. It's saying that, sorry, it's my mistake, I have written the wrong command here. Okay, so no resource found, because why? Because I have already deleted, right? So what I will do now, I have to recover. I have already taken the backup of this, so I can easily restore this, right? So you will also verify the services. So everything is deleted. If you go obviously we have deleted the namespace, so we'll not find anything in this particular namespace. So what I'm going to do, I will restore the cluster. Okay, so how do you do this command? First we also check this view, verify everything. Yes, nothing is there. Okay, so nothing is there. So this is the command to restore. So I'm going to restore here. So how will you restore? The command is Velero restore create hyphen from backup and the backup name. This is the name of the backup, right? So what you see here, restore request submitted successfully, run Velero restore, describe all these things. So let's do, we will see, verify that it's restore or not first. Okay, so it's saying completed. So now next run the command restore get. Okay, so you can see it's restored, completed, zero warning, zero errors, and now we restored. So we can go and check whether our namespace is back or not. Okay, so I will quickly go and then kubectl get ns. So you see name nginx example is back here. Okay, yes, so this is the service. Okay, this service is available here. Now kubectl git, already we got this namespace. Yeah, so we verify that we restored our cluster here. Okay, restored the namespace here. So it's very simple.